Hey there, it's me, Reverend Alicia Leslie from Spirit of Unity Church. Tonight I want to ask you, are you angry tonight? Probably a little, like past 4 days, probably a lot. Well, we want to talk about that a little bit and help to understand what it does in our lives and what to do about how to handle it. Because believe me, you don't want to spend your life in anger. You need some happiness. Life was meant to be good. So, if we understand the meaning of the word anger, it means that anger is the frustration at our inability to make someone do what we want or even something. You want a really clear little picture of it? How about this? Did you ever get angry at this? Maybe the battery's low, maybe it's flat out broken, or I find I'll take the wrong remote from the wrong TV into the other room and it doesn't work and I'm wondering and pushing and then you get kind of mad and you whack it a little bit. What's the matter with you? Try again. And then you realize to your own dismay, it was all about you in the beginning. So anger is very unproductive and it's unhealthy. Excuse me. Okay, so but what are we going to do about it? It's how do we get rid of this thing that just seems to live in our brain and fly around and make us crazy? And actually, anger eats us up. It just ruins our day, our inability, our ability to think. What are we gonna do? Another thing anger does that is not helpful in our lives is it sucks the energy out of us. It sucks the health out of us. It raises blood pressure, races the heart, turns the stomach. We got to figure out how to deal with the anger, right? So this morning, I woke up and I was feeling glum. I was feeling impotent and not unworthy and on everything. And it was so sad because I didn't know, this is not me. But then I stopped and I think someone whispered in my ear, think of all the good you've done. Think of all the people that love the sermons you've preached, that love the books you write, love the stories you tell, and say that you can tell a story better than anybody else. The people that call me and send me notes and say, thank you for your advice, thank you for your help, thank you for your prayers. And it took my power this past 4 days, and it's let's face it, it's just a part of the healing process. If you broke your arm, it's going to hurt for a while. You need to put a cast on it and, so that it'll be able to heal. Imagine if you broke your arm and you couldn't get a cast on it. And every time you moved, it'd be ow, 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 ow. Isn't that kind of like anger in our lives? Well, that was my experience this morning. And I remembered also that in the Bible, it says that you can be angry, but do not sin. Take your anger to your own room and meditate on it. Now, when it says, be angry, but do not sin, that means do not harm anyone. Do not be hateful. Be angry, but take your anger to your own bed or to your own meditation to turn it off, to work on releasing and letting go and understanding your anger and what you can do about it. Our thoughts are actually things, and the thoughts that we hold in mind manifest in our lives. So why do we want to manifest more anger? Do you want to manifest more anger? I don't want to manifest more anger. I want to get the heck rid of what I got. Therefore, you cannot be thinking about it all the time. You've got to start to change your thoughts and change your mind. Now, but that's not enough. This is a huge clue, okay? Let's go back to what I said in the beginning. Anger is our inability, it's our frustration at our inability to make someone do what they want. We cannot make these circumstances in our lives do anything. Well, there's things we can do. Let's not be helpless and hopeless here. There are things we can do. But we can't just try to make it change and be angry at it when it hasn't yet changed, okay? So what we can do to take our anger, we put it into action. One of the things we do is we ask, what can I do? How can I make a difference? Sometimes you can write a letter. Sometimes you can make a phone call. Sometimes you can join a club or a group that is working towards similar goals. So those are all specifically to deal with the issue that you are currently experiencing the anger around. Now, when you're working at turning around and you look for folks to hang out with and stuff, you want to hang out with folks that are like you, that want to have a better life, not just people that are stewing. Because if you stew in anger and regret, you're just going to get sicker and sicker and angrier and hateful, and you're going to wind up being that which you do not want to be. That's why you got to stop catastrophizing. We cannot spend all this time making out that everything is going to be horrible until it's horrible, right? Be aware, stay woke, stay alert, but don't let this thing become an obsession for you, okay? There's other things you might do that you could regret when you're taking care of yourself. Well, there are those first days when you know you really have to pamper and cuddle and stuff. But after a certain, give yourself a certain amount of time and say, okay, I'm over this. And I would not say more than 6 weeks. Try to do it less than 6 weeks. I'm trying to do it now. You can't lay around in bed extra time. You cannot, it's wonderful to have a little ice cream, make yourself feel better. But you don't want to get into that habit, because that habit, what's that going to bring? Anger and regret that you happen to have, that ice cream you ate is sitting on your belly and your hips, and it takes a lot more to get rid of it than to put it on. Believe me when I tell you that's, and the reason I'm saying this is because that's what happened to me today. I was thinking, there's ice cream in the freezer down in the office. Maybe I ought to go down there and get me some of that ice cream. And then I said, how are you going to feel in 3 days? When it's all of a sudden settled in for the long haul. I'm not a bear. I can't hibernate and, let my fat disappear while I'm sleeping. So don't cut off family members. Do your best to find peace with it. That does not mean to sell yourself out. It means to learn the self-discipline of anger control, anger management. And then you want to learn how to flip the script. To flip the script is to stop the habit we have of worry and fear and anger. We have to turn it over. One of the ways we can do that is by getting happy. But that's what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. So for today, work on that anger. Try to get rid of it. Make a phone call to a friend that you can talk to a little bit, share a little bit of your pain, but then until you can laugh. Read a joke book, watch a movie. I am about to turn on a Harry Potter movie. That always makes me feel good. Well, the first 3 ones. The other ones got kind of dark. All right, good night and God bless.